Проверка звука. Раз, два, три. Вроде нормально. Сейчас чуть даже погромче можно сделать. Так. Сейчас как-нибудь поудобнее. Типа вот такого вот. Потому что... Вот так вот. Вот так, раз, два, три. Так. Вот так. Так, раз, два, три. Ну, вроде как будто сойдет. Так, поехали. Так, стоп. Все, полетели. Я, короче, ни первую часть, ни вторую еще не играл. Ну, вторая, понятно, только вышла. Поэтому я даже не представляю, что будет. Я посмотрел начало, но я не совсем понял, что там было. Давайте обычно, потому что я историю посмотрел, и теперь обычно будет.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Так, 40 FPS что-то. Не понял. Ладно. Плюс-минус нормально вроде.
Where'd he go?
Ну, вот примерно до этого момента я в прошлый раз зашел, но точнее сегодня. Сейчас, когда посмотрел, что это вообще такое за игра. И все. То, что куда сейчас идти, я не совсем понимаю. А, ну да, еще что я сказал, что это ужастик. Хоррор, ужастик, поэтому я готов. Так, игра сохранена. Значит, что-то может произойти, я так понимаю, да? Сейчас. Пока вообще непонятно, что происходит. Бегаем по какому-то лесу. Такое чувство, как будто я должен был от них убегать, а не к ним бежать. Ну ладно.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch.
Чувствую, как будто, конечно, стрима не очень.
I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding
Так,
so much.
хорошо, здесь.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a
Да,
message.
кажется, что не то. Сейчас правильно.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are, Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene.
Так,
There's...
nice. Так, сейчас я быстренько постримлю. Сейчас попробую получше сделать. Так. Так, сейчас еще тогда. Так, битрейт повыше все-таки. Так, ну попробуем сейчас так.
The car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map. Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up
Так,
by
карта
the
есть.
trees.
А, я думал, карту нам дали.
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
I can go take a look.
Так, стоп. Еще 5 сек. О, ну, кстати, вот, теперь видео качество как будто получше. Так, так. Так. Почему 21 FPS, я не понимаю. Ладно, попробуем пока так.
Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Так, давайте расскажите, что хотя, давайте свидетели.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, cried Thornton. But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, but you know, inside.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Не, ну, конечно, 19 FPS это не очень. Я надеюсь, сейчас будет.
Before we get to the
получше.
crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
Вы можете использовать доску зацепок.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
Можно увеличить. А, и вот. Понял, так. Карта. А, карта есть, кстати, интересно. Вот забор мы сюда прошли. Ну все, в принципе, понятно. Так, что тут еще есть? Доска зацепок. И, в принципе, все, я так понимаю.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene. Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Real funny, Anderson.
Так.
Stairs are out.
Мне просто интересно,
You
на стриме
okay to
видно?
sit down?
Какая-то
I'm not that.
неплавность. Резкость это вот. Так. На стриме как будто даже и не видно.
Fucking nature. Gives me a
Ну да.
headache.
Вот, но я на телефоне не вижу, кстати. Как будто вот если бы я не знал, сколько FPS, я бы подумал, что FPS 40-50.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Увлекательный разговор получился.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
А почему идем мы с ним в одной скорости, но в итоге быстрее? А вот мы и дошли. Короче, ладно. А, она за мной то есть идет? Может было так.
Deputy
Он за мной идет.
Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved.
Давайте.
Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, the FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Конечно.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now he didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
И
Step 1. Examine the corpse.
понял. А, тут даже таблички. Опа, фонарик нашел.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Все, полетели дальше.
The killer left the heart right next to the body. Incise stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
Ну все, я так понимаю. Рассказ зацепок. Нет. Так, сначала вот это.
Nope.
Нет? Не, другое. Да, да, вот же. Открытых вопросов. Где открытый вопрос найти? А. Допустим.
Heart removed from chest. strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
А, то есть теперь будет такое разделение типа на улики.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues.
Так все же сейчас кое-что еще подшивание немного. Потому что как будто так.
Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here.
Так, стоп. Так, если. Так. Так, и вот так. Все, полетели. Пока теперь надо
Multiple
повторить.
people were here. Multiple killers?
Так. Рано ног это начнется. Так. Он жертва. Нет, это жертва. Убийца? А, реально.
Footprints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the party. Did they plan for the murder to happen here?
Так, вот третья табличка. А, цели. Все. Так, цели. Что ты стоишь? Что ты думаешь об этом? А, пистолет есть? Серьезно? Ну, стоп.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale. Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Ну нет, это не может быть он.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
Same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Так, ну теперь все понятно стало сразу. Так, что это такое? Жертва.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Мы третий пункт пропустили, я так
Someone
понимаю,
left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting.
I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure.
Погоди. Так, рядом. Это значит... Убийца. А, скорее всего тут. Но пока вот по двум уликам выходит, как будто это
They planned for the murder to
непредумышленно.
happen here, passing the time with equipment ready.
Ага,
They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale?
понял. Ну такой себе
He's been
детектив.
missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Обязательно было с другой стороны слова позже, да?
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flip the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. A Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the
Тогда
victim.
я...
Why?
Давай,
Flip the
тормози.
switch.
Теперь все стало понятно. Так.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
Так, погодите, погнали.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated.
Кстати,
Nightingale was out in the woods
как
alone at
правильно,
night,
блядь?
possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses.
Как он нашел фонарик взял?
The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got...
There's a piece of paper on the ground. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Mm-hmm. Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
Reading
the words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense. I should profile Nightingale about this page.
Надо себе прочитать так.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Понятно. Стой.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside. Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Все, я понял, за ним надо идти.
Did you know this entire area is inside a caldera? This whole mountain used to be an active volcano. Imagine the force it took to carve this crater out of the earth. Calderas are pretty rare, so be sure to take it in.
So, essentially, we're standing in the gaping maw of hell.
You got it.
Hey, you made it back.
I used to love
Good.
geology when I was in school. I helped Logan build a great baking soda volcano
То есть
for
он
her
тут
science
с ним
fair.
еще все равно
Cheating
сидеть.
on a science fair? That's almost a crime, Anderson.
I'm not gonna say no to quality time with a volcano. I mean, my daughter.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Как фонарик убрать? Карта есть. Это хорошо. Так, параметры управления. Ну все, ввозите его.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the Bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
Как пыталась сюда зайти?
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
А, ну я же сказал.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
Так, раз. И все, да? А, ну я, конечно, сейчас улучшу все.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message.
Так. Все. О. Я так понимаю, сюда мы не зайдем, да? Сюда тоже не зайдем. Все, давай, побежали.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Оп. Закрой его там. А дверь закрывать не будешь за собой?
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Так. А, не наш? Стоп. А, это не шерифа, может. Ладно. А я смотрю, что у нас развалюха какая-то. А можно в машину повезти? Я хочу. Понял, конечно.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
Так, стоп, ты что тормозишь?
Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town. The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie? Don't know, don't care.
Что с ними не так, не понимаю? Что они делают?
Not to toot my own horn, but I am pretty darn sure my, I mean our float will be the belle of the ball at this year's Deer Fest. Just a few more days.
Где ты?
It's a nice looking float to share.
Я думал, туда идет, пошел туда, он в итоге не пошел.
Cute.
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here.
То бери фонарик, ты это.
It's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known
Ну как будто вот это.
go missing? Sure.
Ты?
But it's slowed down ever since Calder Light was passed.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found her. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
А, так, найс. Так, поднимайся.
We're dealing with an organ. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting. I need to know more about the cult of the tree if I'm going to shut them down.
Так, стоп. Не. Так, и теперь идем сюда.
The cult of the tree. What aren't the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
This was built to hide what's there. They say the writer fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with the murder. They were telling the truth.
Я не понимаю, она что, гадалка или что? Вот почему? Это немного портит, мне кажется, сюжет. Ну, тут я... Естественно. Все, поехали. Стоп. А, это рукопись, смотри, все понял.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Ага, я нашел, как фонарик выключить, ура.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing Deerfest.
Oh, God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
All set?
Стоп.
My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Стой, стой,
Let's
стой,
go.
стой. Да подожди.
Well, Casey, I got a lead.
Почему невозможно?
Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
A murder cult. Fuck.
Who else to keep this city clean?
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Who else to protect?
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important.
Почему дайте мне открыть? Я хочу посмотреть, что с дочкой случилось.
Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Если я побегу, они побегут?
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
Ну как будто вот она предсказательница, и она предсказала, что сейчас дочь утонет в ее.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
I'll be right with you, sir.
So this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Just here to
Anything you
pay
need,
my ticket.
just let us
Не
know.
работает
We
все
appreciate
хорошо.
the support, Sheriff.
How are you?
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door.
Хитбоксы сделаны как в
budget.
КС-ке. Я не понимаю, они тоже так
I
же
guess you guys
отталкивают.
don't have that problem though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns and he's away this week, but you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
He's joking.
Нет.
Okay. Let's take a look at our patient.
Да
I'll start with the
пропустите.
external inspection before performing the internal examination. What was the cause of death? What other clues can the body give me? This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy.
The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. There's writing on here. Can't
Да,
make it
реально.
out.
Они на сердце написали, что...
How'd they manage that? Defensive wounds. They put up a fight.
Aha. They did leave something inside his chest.
А, ну все, тогда про дочку уже не актуально. Так, карта. На карта, зачем мне карта? Прикольно. Так. Нет. Нет. А, так это ж не... Это ж не культист, это...